Hey guys, and welcome to the episode of 7 Days to Die. So, as you guys can see by the day counter up top, it's been quite a few days in game, and that's because I've been grinding like crazy. As you guys can see, the whole farm is now fertilized, so even with wheat, you can get 10 wheat grain now, just because the ground is fertilized. Remember, the fertilization speeds up the growth, and then also makes them grow even more. For example, you could usually only get like 3 or 4 strawberries, now it's 7. I think this one was 4, now it's 8. This one was 2, now it's 4. So some of these actually give away. I actually want to see how many bamboo I can get from this tree now. Nope, that's still normal, because it can only grow a certain height. Okay, but the rest is massive. So for example, this was 3, now it's 5. This over here, whoops. Potatoes were 2, now it's 4. 3, now it's 5. So that's insane. Okay, so enough about the plants. I want to show you guys the progress I made with the base itself. And like I said, I've been extremely busy. That's why I think it's been like 3 days since I last uploaded an episode, and you'll see why now. All 4 sides have these holes. If you want to pass, just run over. If you want to go down, just look down and walk in. I actually miscalculated over here. It should have been one further out, or I need to take out these doors and put them on the inside. Because since these doors open to the outside, I can't put a hatch over here. Anyways, as you guys can see over here, there is a normal ground over here, so the mini bike can park over here. And then these are all plates. I just did this because I don't want a mini bike standing on plates and then that glitches it out or something like that. And then plate walls, the ramp frames, and then up top that's rebar ramps, and then rebar plates, or rather reinforced plates. That's just for the cops exploding and stuff, so they don't get down here. And then also I have 8 entrances over here. As you guys can see, I have my drawbridges on me. I wanted to do the rolling garage door first, one on each side, but I couldn't get it to fit in the ground. It kept saying that it didn't have a surface to stand on, even though I had a perfect hole and everything. So if you guys know the dimensions of the thing, please let me know down below, because I think I might have gotten the dimensions wrong, and that's why I couldn't place it properly. So all of these go 20 out. The ramp is right over here. I'll show you which ramp I'm talking about now. And then voila, here goes the bridges. So the ramp I was talking about is this one over here. Up to here is 20 blocks. Right? That's actually far. From the door to here, 20 blocks. I couldn't believe how big this place was. Okay, so what I want to do now, this episode, I want to put all these drawbridges in for starters. Let's just bend down like so. Make sure it fits perfectly. The only thing I'm worried about is zombies walking in here and then wailing on the drawbridge. That's why I wanted to use the other door. But then again, it's a door, so I don't know if that would make the zombies attack it or not. I mean, my friend and I went to... I just want to show you guys over here. We went far down. There's a radiation zone over here, and he built a small horde house over there, and it got wrecked. It was so funny. It got completely wrecked. Yeah, just because he put his doors in there. He had 2 doors on the outside, so they broke in there, and they even destroyed his rad suit, which I think really upset him. And then also, as you guys just saw, or some of you just saw, whoops, picked up too many, I explored all the way down here. This town over here, that's it. I took apart all the cars over there because I needed power for all these blade traps. I didn't actually realize how big this place was until I really needed to count how much power I need. And at the moment, I'm going to have one engine and one battery bank and one generator on each side. And then the battery bank will have to be connected to a solar panel each. So that is a ton of power. I actually considered doing just generators, but I don't have enough engines. Later on, I'll replace the batteries for engines. I even went and I put all this stuff together, so I only have like 600 quality engines and batteries at the moment. Okay, so I don't know if I should do this off camera or on camera. I need to upgrade these floors and ramps. Oops, stay in there. And then I'm starting to kill the NPCs because they keep running over my box traps and getting in my way. I wanted to get myself a dog, but I mean, if the NPCs are that much of a nuisance, just imagine a dog. Also guys, this sounds like a thing receiving a signal or something, both of these turrets. I don't know if it's just a bug in the game, or if they run out of, or they glitched because they ran out of ammo or something, but they really sound like radio towers or something, sending and receiving signals. I'm just glad none of these bridges are falling in, because sometimes the concrete is glitched and it can't hold the weight of the bridge. You have to make everything steel just for it to hold. Also, I noticed when I was digging all 8 of these tunnels, I got like 5 or so wards. Wait, this one looks off. No, it's not. I got 5 wandering hordes in one in-game day, and the wandering hordes are starting to get massive. And also I noticed that, I need to replace this quickly. I also noticed that my, what do I want to say now? I'll get to that later. I keep forgetting what I want to say. Let's just quickly upgrade this as well, because I need this to stay up. If a bear or something runs over this, a zombie bear, I don't want it to cave in. Oh, that's what I want to say. There are no more sleepers in the world, except for new buildings. So it's not that no sleepers spawn at all, it's that no new sleepers spawn. Because and on my way back from that horde base over here, I went I don't know where the cabin is. I passed a cabin somewhere over here, and I tried looting the gun safe because hey, sleepers don't work anymore. And 2 radiated feral cops surprised me. Needless to say, I couldn't loot further because I mean they're so fast and strong, and I only had my crossbow left. Also, as you guys can see, my frame rate is a little bit low. I got myself that RAM finally, but it doesn't seem to have fixed it, so I think it is my graphics card since it's an old one I'm using. Because as you guys know, my R9 380 broke. Okay, so let's just quickly place all these barbed fences, and then I want to repair all of these. So you can see the damage that they've taken from all the streamers and the wandering hordes passing by. I don't mind these few ones that I'm placing extra because I'm actually considering putting more of these barbed wires over here, or the normal barbed wire. So as you guys know, you can get the barbed wire like this, and I think this doesn't destroy the corpse. For some reason these don't hold corpses on top of them and they just fall through. So it's a massive waste now and then. And then also I need to figure out other defenses as well, because I don't think these blade traps are going to be enough. I've noticed that I don't talk to you guys this much anymore. So, tell me, what are you guys going to do for the holidays? For example, I'm going to my aunt and uncle's house tomorrow to look after the house for about 3 weeks, and yeah, it's going to be fun. It's going to be my holiday. I just need to sit back and relax a bit. It feels like, even though I'm just a swim instructor, it's that thing about working with kids 24/7 or even a few hours a day. It mentally exhausts you. Usually each December, when I go there, oh, look at the damage on the floor. Each December I go there, it's like my tiredness resets, and last December that didn't happen. So I'm super tired. I think let's just do a 3rd layer as well. Yeah, a 3rd layer, and then I want to also use some spikes over here. It's been a while since I've used any wood spikes or log spikes or anything. Also, now that we have the drawbridges, we can finally take this away. For those of you that are interested, if you want to know how to get a pet tiger or something like that, it appears it's only in the chance of skinning them, because I think that makes sense. Because you wound it, well, you're actually killing it, but it's almost like you mortally wounded and has respect for you kind of thing, and that's why it becomes your pet. Because if you're going to use a whip on it, you're just going to make it angrier and angrier, and it's going to attack you. So it kind of makes sense, kind of doesn't. I mean, if you can pick up pigs and stuff like that, but then again, they're not aggressive like the... But then again, bulls should be. If you hit a bull, it should attack you. But tigers and panthers and stuff are just too violent, so you have to skin them for a chance at a drop. I think it's very rare. Then again, just like with the snakes, I've been using my fire axe. So I'm going to have to start using my hunting knife even more. I want to see if I can get myself a machete, or... Because apparently you need to find a Michonne, so it's a black NPC character, in a old burnt biome or house or something. You know these houses that are burnt down? Apparently there's a chance of her spawning in there, and then from her you can get the machete recipe or something. But I haven't seen one yet, and I've been in quite a few burnt houses. Anyways, I want to get my machete to 600 or my hunting knife. One of the two needs to be as high as possible so I can skin a tiger in one go. And then also in the farm, I'm going to have to make a wall on the inside. Just the same height as this one, all the way around, just in case they start digging over here, because as you can see, they're 1 hit or 2 hits away over here from breaking through. That's just 1 layer thick, or rather 1 layer thin. I was talking to my friends earlier and I was saying it would be so cool if they added something like a pressure plate. You just stand with a mini bike and it opens up for you. Because having to climb off and then open up, anything can attack you in the meantime. So it's gonna be so much more awesome if you have a pressure plate or something like a trigger with the traps, and you just drive over it and it opens up. So for example, say something's chasing you, can put a plate over here. You drive over it and it starts lifting, so you can just drive in. And then over here you have a plate that closes it, so as soon as you're in, it's closed behind you. I think I'm going to try and get myself a proper graphics card this holiday. But it's just going to be so damn difficult because the graphics cards here in South Africa are super expensive now due to everyone using them for mining and stuff. Bitcoin mining. Okay guys, so for these tunnels, I think I'm going to use plates again, but not the ramps over here. Just normal plates, and then I'm going to do the same as this over here, inside here. Just in case, I don't know if I should really, but the fact that this is right underneath the killing floor, I think that warrants it, because remember, if cops explode over here, they're going to take away the floor and they're going to start digging down. And you don't want them ending up in your tunnels, because then your whole base is screwed. It just takes 1 or 2 cops to explode down here for the base to cave in. Okay, so, let's see, what are we going to do? Oh, yeah, we still need to do this. I didn't upgrade any of the barbed wire, so I'll just wait for them to break and then repair those, or create new ones. And then we need to start making some power for these blade traps. Now, as you guys can see over here, I have a ton of engine stuff, and I haven't put all of them together yet. But a ton of 600s, and then, 600 batteries, 600 engines. So, we also have some power cells to charge the engines with, but not enough yet. We need to go to the trader again as well. And then, all of this I can still go and sell. Most of these weapon parts I got during my last horde, so I think there were like 10 wall crushers and I could loot like 5. Okay, so for now, let's just put a few things away. These are the blocks I wanted to use downstairs, but I opted for plates right after, which is a massive waste actually. Okay, so we might need the switches. We don't need seeds. Drop that. Forged steel we don't need. Now I have all this junk on me. Let's just quickly empty the inventory and I'll be right back. Also, as you guys can see, I finally made some stews. It took me a while, but I finally made some. Now my wellness is going up steadily. Okay, also, goldenrod. I keep forgetting to drink goldenrod. I always drink normal water, and that doesn't do anything for your wellness. As you guys can see over here, we have the big oven, and I also made the tools for it. It's the bread loaf pan, the kettle, and the cooking ware. And then over here, you have the kitchen table. This is where you prepared your ice creams and your fish and stuff. Remember, it says you need I think it says on the still. Place it on the table and mince using a hunting knife. So this is the table they're talking about as far as I know. And then also we have the meat grinder, and I wanted to make the other special benches as well, but perhaps you guys can help me. I had a farmer station over here, and the HP on the thing, or the quality or durability or whatever, just went down and down and down, and it destroyed itself. So I want to know, is that normal, or is there a way to fix it, like feeding them somehow, or I just want to know, because some of these things are extremely expensive to make. Which was it that I wanted to do again? I think it's the anvil or something. It requires a big forge like this one, and it requires this thing over here, the big anvil and everything. So if that breaks, that's a ton of resources gone. Okay, so let's get started. So first we need the generators. Okay, we need those things. Just quickly grab some of them. We're gonna make 4 of these. It's a shame we don't have more engines, man. I wonder if I could split these, these engines, and then perhaps use these for something else. Because sure, the batteries can be useful at the moment, but we need engines because I have a ton of gas. The batteries require, like for example, the solar panels to recharge them, and I don't want to have too many connections screwing around with the base. Okay, so 2, 4, 6, 8. So that's one per side. I'm going to try at least get two per side, two purple ones. One 600 and then one something else. And then that means we have to make 8 of these. Let's just grab all of these parts. Hopefully I have enough. 18, yep, more than enough. Okay, so just quickly want to make those. I wonder if the diesel generator lasts longer. Fuel deposit, generating housing. I should actually ask a friend of mine if he knows, because if I use this, perhaps I don't need this many generators. Which this could be like an admin generator bank from my previous series. Anyways, for now, let's just do this one. This is a safe one. Also, by a ton of gas, this is what I meant, guys. I have a ton of gas, and we're in the desert, so it's easy to get more shale. Okay, so what I usually do with the engines is I do this, get the biggest one first, and then the weakest engines. See how much they add. Yellow, okay, that's more than enough. So this one and this one, almost 600, 600. I don't want to waste any quality on these, so I don't want to put two purple ones together because that's a waste of another potential 600 quality. So you always take the best one and then the weaker ones, so you can get more 600s out of the deal. Ooh, almost. This one, even closer. Damn, that was a little bit of waste. Ooh, man, I hate it when it happens like this. Because now it's 95, but I'd take this one away. This is a green one. To add that's actually a bit of a waste. Also, guys, I want to show you guys my skills. I had a ton of skill points to spare from leveling. As you guys can see, I am currently level 183. My score is massive, but I have 5 deaths, which I regret. 3 of them radiation. 1 was the cold. That's my first death. Then 2 radiations, and then I can't remember the other deaths. It's like I'm hitting a blank. Yeah, so that's my level, and then skills. Weapon, tool, gun, and science and armor, full 10 out of 10. Miscrafting, 5 out of 5. Quick crafting, fixer, all those maxed. Health nut, I'm going for next. That's if I can make it. I'm not going to go for sexual tyrannosaurus. This was almost done. So close to leveling up. Clothing and armor goes up as I take damage. So far, the only damage I've taken is like from radiation and falls and stuff, and it's already at 63. So it's just a matter of time before that reaches 100. And then all of these are maxed over here, except do it yourself. I'd rather go out instead of wasting the points on these. Also, this gives you a reason to not stay in the base. If you have these, you can just stay in the base. There's no reason to go outside. Pet taming I want to do next. This is the most difficult one I've found. Improve your pet taming. What? Craft better taming items and improve your pet taming and trading skills. I thought that's husbandry. Huh. So if you craft dog collars and stuff, that goes up here. I'll have to look into that. Okay, so the only only stuff I have left to invest any points in, as you guys can see, I even went for Fast Eddie 4 out of 4. So the only thing I'm going to use my skill points for now are the perks, and that's like boomstick for the shotgun, better late than dead for the sniper rifle, especially this one for the sniper rifle. I'm not going to spend any points in these since you can get that up by crafting. Okay, so the generators are done. And now, where to put them? I don't actually want to have them in my base because they're going to make a ton of noise. But I don't want to have them too high up as well. The problem now is, guys, remember, the more relays are in between you and the base, the more lag it creates and the more a chance of a bug. For example, if there's 10 relays in between you and the generator and the shotgun turret, the turret's going to seem like it's firing, but it's going to bug out. So I think for now, we're going to put the generators down here. I don't feel like putting them down here, but I have to. I said 8, right? So let's put... Oh, why did you just use that? I'm going to put a generator over here. And then generators over here, I think. We have to have them more or less on the same side, which is the problem. So what we could do, let's just do this. Do it right about here. Like so, and then put the generator. And then in there, 2 small engines. That's not enough. Oh, this can power 10. No. Yeah, it's 20 per... No, remember, it's also the relays in between. But with 200 watts, you can power 10 of these blade shafts. And there's 21 on each side, so that's perfect. We only need two purple engines, 2 level 600s, and then like 1 green one or something to power all the relays. If we have that, then we're set. And then also I'm going to have a switch over here, or 2, so that I can just flick it before horde. I really don't know if I should play another server. Oh, wait, play another server or single player or something, or just keep going with this server. Because the lag sometimes, even this frame drop, it's a little bit from the server itself. But mostly, when you drive with your mini bike, you barely get 100 meters, then you have to dig yourself out, and that gets so frustrating. Okay, so let's just grab all of these. Hopefully these are enough. Just quickly combine a few of them. So 600s, 500, and blue ones. Okay, now this is going to be the same. 99. Can you believe that keeps happening to me? So I have to waste the green one and then these. Okay. So for now we can put away the green one or the blue one, since we're not going to use it at the moment, and get back to setting up the generators. Okay, so we have to place 6 more generators. So that's 12. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Ooh, 3 short. There's one almost upstairs, so I have to go to another town and dismantle the cars. I was busy over here, so yeah, from here right. I still need to do the cars over there, and then I need to go to other towns. There's also a new town that I found down here, so there are cars down there as well. And there are quite a few towns over here as well. This map is huge, guys. It's really worth playing. Okay, so I have the switches over here. Now, what I want to do with the switches, guys, is place them so that I get down the ladder. Because I could place them right next to them, which could work. Yeah, let's do that. Let's try that. Now, the thing is, if I put them here in the middle, sure, it's fine, but it's more connections, more out of the way. Because now you have to go a connection from here to the switch and then back to the relays over here. But if you have the switch right next to it, that actually solves the problem for you. So for now, we do the switch over here. And we do the same for these over here. I think for now we're going to focus most on the areas zombies usually come from. And with the wandering hordes, it's mostly from this side and this side over here. They sometimes come, they don't often come from here, so we're going to go north, east and south. And then the west side we can do later. So that's the west side, north side first. Okay, and just the west side left. Let's quickly make the switches and place the generators. We just need to remember that those sides don't have any engines at the moment. Okay, let's see. What do we need again? I think we need forged iron and electrical parts. Yep, okay, so just 2 more of these. Oh, and mechanical parts. Completely forgot about mechanical parts. Switch. As you guys can see, I have a whole chest over here from digging all those tunnels. But unfortunately, I don't have enough stone, so I can't make more concrete mix at the moment. I'm going to have to make more for those tunnels for the roofs. Drop this over here and get back to laying them in the tunnels. I think I'll go to the traders off camera. Because like I said, sometimes you have to climb off your bike every 100 meters just to dig yourself out. And then other times... Ooh, there was still one left. And then other times you have the problem of getting off your bike, or it's in the ground, get off it and it's still purring. So you first have to log out, log back in, and then it's there. I just wish I could fix all these damn bugs. I think the connecting of the relays and everything we'll do next episode. So what I want to do first is get all the plates up over here. I think I'm going to do the tunnels off camera, so that next time we record, or I record, and next time for the next episode we have relays over here and then going out over here. That should work. I don't actually want relays out here, but I don't want to connect all these plates, because if a plate goes and it's connected or connecting to other plates, then those plates fail. But I might just have to do that, or I could put relays in the ground over here and then this relay goes out like a spider net. That could work. Okay, I think since we have the time, let's just quickly upgrade the flooring here as well. So we know at least that's done. And yeah, I'm gonna see if I can quickly do all 8 tunnels. So I'm gonna cut away for now. Ooh, almost forgot. I only have 1,000 wood left, and that's only the first tunnel done. So you know what? Let's just do a few relays. I'm gonna have to, because at the moment I'm gonna run out of wood before I do all the tunnels, and I don't have any spare wood up top. I'll need to go cut down a few more trees or plant ones in the area. The problem is if I plant trees over here, it might cause lag in the area. Okay, so relays. Okay, so I think this can also work because now I know exactly where to place the relays, and then later when I place the plates, I can place the plate around it. So remember, if there's a plate in the way, it's going to stand away from the wall like so. So this might just work better this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I think I'm going to go for the max, or rather for the known max, because we could go further, but you don't always know if it will reach. Because sometimes, just sometimes, it's a little bit too far away. It's like sometimes, you know, some games where it's a diagonal square, some areas reach further even though it's supposed to reach the same amount. It's really difficult to explain. 1, 2, 3. For example, this one could stretch 15 on this side, but on the other side it could only stretch like 13. And you know, even though the generators over here aren't placed the exact same, the relays will definitely bother me. Okay, now for this one, we have to see up here which way it's split, because what really matters, or the only thing that really matters, are the plates over here, because the plates will then go off in spider net form to go to their own blade traps. So if we take the middle one over here, could it reach from here? If I put a relay over right over here in the floor and put a relay over about here in the floor, that should reach. Let's see. But see, now it's uneven, because the corners, one on each side, will have to go to the one side, if you know what I mean. It's not going to be completely even. Unless I do north and south have the most blade traps, and then east and west have two each less or something. Then it's just going to work out a little bit better for me, and my OCD. Okay, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Will it reach from here? Just place it. Come on. Let's just do this. Okay, now, if this doesn't reach... Oh, but I said the blades don't matter. It's these that matter. So, does that reach? Do this to the furthest one. How far can it reach? Yeah, it reaches quite far. It reaches this one over here. So that could work. Now the biggest problem is going to be, because we first need to connect all the plates, and then from there connect the blade traps. So some of the connections to the plates might break. So by that time we need to actually enable all the generators just so we can see, because if this grey thing over here, this grey thing turns yellow, then you know it's powered. And that's going to have to be a necessity. Okay, so since it can reach, we could actually put the other one over here. Like so. So this one over here, although it's on the wrong side now, so we're going to drive through wires. This one over here can connect to this one over here. And then this one can connect to this one over here. And then they each can branch off to their own respective things over here. Let's see if this is going to work or not. If this doesn't work, I'm screwed. Because you have to put this one over here in the middle. Come on. Okay, is this the middle? No, one more. Ooh, please tell me it's going to reach. Please tell me it's going to reach. So it's this plate, and then that plate over there. Yes, it does. Awesome. So each left one over here is going to go to the middle. Okay. Man, this is going to get so confusing. I actually see I'm going to have to do most of the wiring off camera, because this is going to take forever to wire all of them. If I can just get one side done, then I'll know more or less where to put everything else. For example, I know that I have to make a hole over here now. The thing is just, even though there's a hole over here, it's exactly the same as there. That one has the middle over here. And this one's not going to have the middle. So, you see what I mean? It's just going to be off on some points. So, unless I do each left bridges or connections first, and then make sure they take the middle, and then each right bridge after that, then I know exactly which ones to go for next. Man, this is going to take forever, guys. Okay, you know what? I think, yeah, I'm going to complete all these holes. I'm going to make more holes, and then I'm going to put hatches over top. I should make them steel hatches so the zombies don't get in here. And perhaps do that block, and this block also reinforced, so that they can't see underneath. Anyway, I think I'm going to do the rest of these holes, and then planning on where to put all the relays off camera, because that's going to take forever. I think that's going to take about 3 real life hours. So I hope you guys didn't find this episode too boring. It made a ton of progress, even though most of it was off camera. And yeah, you guys know more or less my future plans, holiday plans, all that. So if you guys like this episode, please have a like and share with your friends. If you have any tips or comments or feedback down below, am I lacking something in my episodes? I don't know, close to the year, I am tired, and it almost sounds like I'm demotivated and stuff, but it's just tiredness. I just need some sleep this holiday. But yeah, if you guys are new to this channel, please remember to hit the subscribe button for more of this content. See you guys next time.